Hello, super friends. I am Jason Inman.
I'm Ashley Victoria Robinson.
Welcome to Geeking Out with Jason and Ashley.
That's
we're
right.
just, we're here. This is going to be something that we're going to try to start doing that, very similar to Talking Comics, which I have over there. I haven't updated this thing.
We'll get to it.
Yeah, we're going to answer some of your questions. We're going to take some Patreon questions. And please let us know out in the chat that everything sounds and looks all right. Because we want to make sure you guys can hear everything. Real quick, before we get to your Patreon questions, and also don't forget, you can use Super Chat if you want to skip ahead to the beginning of the line. You don't want to wait. You don't want to wait at any time at all. We want to talk about this Q&A.
Yeah, this video
is basically sponsored by something that we've wanted to do for a very long time, and that is this thing called Pin Bomb. You can see there's a little Sherlock Holmes right there, a little bath bomb right there, and Pin Bomb is the Ashley, I don't know, what would you call Pin Bomb?
I would call Pin Bomb a luxury collectible. You can blow up your fandom and your bad. You can bring two things that you love together to celebrate your geekiness and, have the break that you deserve from the world.
Yeah, and just special for you guys here in the Q&A, if you go over there and you want to get a Pin Bomb, give it to your mom, give it to your sister, you can use the code EARLYBIRD for 10% off. Okay, so so it's something we've wanted to do. I drew that little Sherlock there. I'm a big Sherlock fan. We'll see there. All right, let's Ashley, is there anything you're geeking out on? What are you geeking out about right now?
Right now, I mean, it's hard to geek out about anything besides the Avengers kind of pretend news that keeps coming at us. That's all.
What Avengers pretend news?
Well, the movie is upon us, and the Russos are now desperately trying to keep everybody under control.
Oh, you mean the Russos coming out with a spoil? Be like, don't spoil our movie.
Yeah, like all that. Like that's very exciting. And then everyone's theory about who's gonna die. Like that's stuff that I'm very into. I'm also I'm reading for something that you might see an article about soon. I'm reading a lot of Hellblazer, which is a series I'm reading for the first time, which is very exciting because Constantine's back on Legends.
Well, let's back this up a little bit. What do you think? Who do you think dies?
Who do I think dies?
Yeah, who do you think dies in Infinity War?
I definitely think Iron Man dies.
Do you think Tony Stark is dead?
Yes.
Okay.
I kind of think he has to die.
Okay.
I think narratively Cap should die. I don't know, though. I think he should have died at the end of Civil War. It would have served the narrative better. I also think on the bad guy side, I think Loki goes as well. And I know you agree with that.
I think Loki dies. Why? We already have a super chat in the this is one of the best super chats I've ever read. Monqua Edwards said, "Ashley, do your Arrow theme song."
Oh yeah, that's great.
All right.
Dun 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 dun, or sometimes I do it like this.
Give both versions.
Dun 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 dun. That's for like especially dramatic moments.
That's awesome. That's probably one of the best super chats ever.
It's real easy to do.
I had this theory today about because the Russo brothers were talking about, okay, you can't handle the Avengers 4 title, like Jack Nicholson from that Tom Cruise movie. You can't handle the truth.
A Few Good Men?
I think that's ridiculous. So I came up with the idea today that I think maybe the title is Avengers Disassembled. Because they say you were going to be afraid. And I think that's the perfect title for kind of the saying goodbye to the Marvel Universe.
To this generation of it, at least.
Yeah.
I think that's a great title.
And then your next Avengers movie after that is New Avengers.
Or Avengers Reborn.
Yeah.
One of Jason's favorite comic book runs.
Adam Grunther in the Super Chat asked, how would you rank the Legion of Doom from Legends? Okay, so we're going to last season. It's Reverse Flash, Malcolm Merlin, Damian Dark, Captain Cold.
I would rank them as the best Legends villains.
No, I think... I wonder. Well, we're gonna give you both. They are the best Legion villains, but like, who do you rank the individual members?
Damian Dark, I think, is the best.
Okay.
Of them.
Better than Captain Cold?
I think if you're looking at him as a an overall character, I think for the DC TV universe, he wins.
Yeah.
I think him and Slade, I think, are the best villains that have come out of the DC TV universe.
Yes.
Right beneath him, I put Captain Cold, and that's a little bit just because I really like him. And then Reverse Flash, and then a huge step down to Malcolm Merlin. I hate Malcolm Merlin. He should have died in season 1. I'm also not a huge John Barrowman guy, so...
Yeah.
I could do without him either way. How about you?
I agree Damian Dark is number one, only because we've had the most screen time with him, and I think now that he's the best actor of the Legion of Doom. I'm going to give 2 to Reverse Flash.
That's fair.
Eobard Thawne is really solid, especially played by Matt Lesher. And then 3, I'm going to give it to Malcolm Merlyn, because Malcolm Merlyn has been around. Look.
You can do Captain Cold so dirty.
I am, because he hasn't been around for enough episodes. Look, Wentworth Miller, if you want to be the best villain in the Flash Arrow universe, you best stick around and do some episodes, son. But you keep running over to a Prison Break over here or to a bad sci-fi movie over there. Yeah, we all saw that bad sci-fi movie. I can't remember the name of it, but he's in a bad sci-fi movie. Instead, you could have stuck around and been a season-long villain of Flash, but you didn't do that. So that's why you're number 4.
There you go.
All right. Mike Bundy said, "What do you guys think of Arrow getting season 7? Deserved." Very deserved.
I mean, if they were going to cancel any of the shows, it should not have been Arrow.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, there would have been other shows that would have canceled before Arrow.
I mean, I'm going to say it, Supergirl.
Yeah, if any one of them has to go, it should be Supergirl.
I'm going to say it.
Unfortunately.
I really think Supergirl. I'm sorry.
I keep hoping it gets better, and
it never does. It never does.
It doesn't. But it's great that Arrow's coming back for season 7. Yeah.
Yeah. Again. Yeah. Raymond Verata said, "Are you guys coming up for Silicon Valley Con?" No, we're not.
If they invite us.
No, I think it's next weekend.
Oh, well then no.
We're gonna be in Wizard World Portland. We're gonna be in Wizard World Portland then. During that time, booth 1220.
Yeah.
I'm trying to bring up a little fancy code that I can show you guys that'll help give you a discount.
We also
if you go there.
We also have a bunch of, we have 3 panels so far and counting, so hey, look at that.
Yep, it just came up.
Woo!
Right there. So there's a code on there, JA20ASHR. So if you're near Portland, you can use that. You can get like 20% off.
Yeah.
Guys, get some cheap tickets. Seriously.
Yeah, come see us.
I actually get nothing from that link. It literally just gives you free tickets or cheaper tickets. So take that. But yeah, we'll be up there and stuff like that. Wookie Drew says, Jupiter Jet rocks. Thank you. So there you go. All right. So I want to take some Patreon questions.
Yeah.
I have some Patreon questions in here, and they're right here, right on top. Drew Marks asked over us at patreon.com/Jawiin, asked, with DC soon launching a new Static book, what do you hope to see in the new series? Do you think they'll bring back classic villains like Holocaust?
Are they bringing back a Static book soon? I mean, they've been doing that for 4 or 5 years now.
No, well, they announced at New York last year that this was the year that they were finally going to happen.
I'll believe it when it happens.
Yeah, here's the weird thing. We're still waiting for Static to come back.
Mm-hmm.
I would love them to bring back all the classic villains.
Mm-hmm.
I really would. I would love it if this was sort of the ultimate version of the Milestone universe. I would really like that a lot. I think that would be really cool. I don't know. I'm like you. I want it to come back.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of tired of them. I'm gonna say it, pussyfooting around.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry if that offended anybody. I don't know why that would offend anybody, but anyways. I like Milestone. I miss Milestone, and I wish we could read Milestone.
Yeah. Good question.
Yeah. Terror of Death in the super chat said, thoughts on the current Power Rangers comic books. I'm not reading them. But I have heard about the event they're doing. They also released a film.
Mm-hmm.
They actually filmed with the real Green Ranger, which is kind of cool.
The original one?
Yeah. Well, spoilers if you don't know. Apparently, and if I'm saying this wrong, from what I've read, Power Rangers came out too late, guys. I was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles person, so by the time Power Rangers came around, I kind of thought they were lame. So this book is apparently Crisis on Infinite Power Rangers.
Oh, yeah, because this year is an anniversary year?
I think so. So it's basically, like, you find out that there's, like, an evil Green Ranger.
And they all show up.
It's Power Rangers Red Sun.
Matthew Peterson brought that up.
I'll tell you what. I have never thought about reading Power Rangers comic books before. This event, I might check it out. It sounds cool. It sounds really cool. So, yeah. All right. Resist in the comments just said, Ashley's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's very kind.
Yeah. All right. Let's go on the Patreon. We have Ben Rayner at the very top. What would you prefer? A Lois and Clark revival or a Smallville revival? I know this is the question that everybody wants you to answer.
I watched none of these, so I don't. What's that gif? Is it Judy Garland? I don't care.
It's like, I don't care.
I don't care. You know what? I guess I'd rather see a Lois and Clark revival, except not, for God's sake, not with whoever looks like a sausage now in The Desperate Housewife. Neither of them.
Dean Cain or Terry Hatcher?
Yeah, I think they're both terrible.
So you want a Lois and Clark show that doesn't have anything to do with Lois and Clark?
I want Lois and Clark. I think you could recast Lois and Clark, and like basically, if you made a Daily Planet show, I think that would be really great. Yeah, as opposed to like Smallville. Like, there's enough Superman doing nothing like Superman shows. I don't need one starring Superman.
I still say, and it'll never happen. It will never happen. I definitely don't want Lois and Clark. I don't want that show back. And I don't think bringing that show back with the same actors makes any difference. I want Smallville back. But the best way to do that, because you are correct, there is a lot of Superman out there. The best way to do that is to have Supergirl travel the multiverse and go to the Smallville Earth. That's the best way to do it. But I don't think you're ever going to get... you're never gonna get Tom Welling to put on the Superman suit. I hate to say it.
I mean, no one hated being Superman more than Tom Welling.
Yeah.
The only way that you could sell me on Smallville is if they brought in their son. If they brought in John.
Ooh.
Because you could do it in that universe, and Tom Welling and Erica Durance could believably be parents to a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
And I'd be into that because I really like John.
Yeah.
But
I'm down for that. Although that would be, oh man, because the cliffhanger ending of Lois and Clark was that they found a baby.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Yeah. So that could be John.
You
could do it. You know what? You could do a Smallville animated. That would somebody in the comments just said Katsuka1992 said Smallville animated. You could do that in the CW seat. I'd buy that.
Sure.
It was a CW show, and guess what? You could just adapt these Smallville season 11 comic books that I love so much, written by Brian Q. Miller.
Oh yeah, those are good.
They are great. All right, let's go to another question over here on the Patreon. Ken Taylor says, if you could buy the rights to one franchise, which would it be?
That's so funny.
We just talked about that.
About this really recently. I would buy Pacific Rim.
Okay.
Because it'd be really cheap right now in the wake of this new movie. And I think it would be so easy to do it, I don't want to say right, but to do it closer to what I think people's expectations are. Closer to the tropes that it comes from. Even with a very limited budget. And I would love to be able to take a swing at that. How about you?
Highlander. I want Highlander. I want Highlander, McLeod, and Sean Connery. I want all of them. I think it's prime for a reboot, and I can't believe that nobody's done it so far. All right, so the next question comes from Andrew Taylor. Do you think we'll ever see Booster Gold or Blue Beetle in live action? Eventually. Do you think we will ever see She-Hulk in the MCU? If so, who would you cast? Oh, I have no idea who to cast. I
gotta say this. She-Hulk is a character that a lot of people really dig that I don't understand.
I'd love to see her.
I don't understand the love for her. Like, she's been an adequate supporting character in some books that I've read, but like, I'm surprised that people are so fired up to want to see her.
Yeah.
The big fan casting I always hear for her is Lucy Lawless. And I think Lucy Lawless should be a superhero, and I think Jen would be a great character who could be not 21, so why not? She's very tall and very scary. So if I was gonna cast her, that's where my brain goes. That's where my brain first goes. You know? Yeah.
Is everything cool with the stream, guys? We just want to make sure that everything is all good. It looks like there's some weird problem happened or something like that. I don't know. I went to view it on the watch page and something weird happened. I hope it's still live.
Let's go. There's gonna be like an 8-second delay.
I hope we're still good. All right, cool. I don't know what happened. It like restarted the count. All right. Let's go back to our Patreon questions here real quick. All right. Let's see. Andrew Starkweather says, will you put out any Doctor Who videos with the new season? Who's your favorite Doctor? All the Doctor Who questions. Okay. All right, all the Doctor Who questions. Doctor Who love it. Will we put out any Doctor Who videos the new season? I don't even know when the season is good. Oh, great, everybody! And yeah, if for something, YouTube gave us a weird warning that like something had ended. So thank you.
Hopefully the internet just had a fart.
Yeah. Okay, so will we put out any new Doctor Who videos for the new season? Probably not.
We tried doing them for the last season.
We did,
and nobody watched.
Nobody watched them. So it's really tough. To be honest with you, to make any video, just to let you flat out know, to make any video work on this channel, get some inside baseball, it has to hit 5,000 views. Mm-hmm. It has to hit 5,000 views at minimum for it to be worth the time, worth my time, because again, everybody's time is money, or Ashley's time for research.
There's more. I think pre and post production than us just sitting down, making a video.
Yeah. So a video has to hit 5,000. So those reviews barely crossed 2,000. Mm-hmm. Also to let you know, this week we will not have a Krypton Easter egg video
for that reason,
because it barely crossed 2,000 views.
Also, the Krypton videos, I wrote those. They took like an entire...
You wrote the first one, I wrote the second one.
That's true. They took like an entire day.
Yeah. Even though the second Krypton Easter egg videos, and I love doing it because I love doing Superman, it took me like 2.5 hours to like read all the... Just do the research. The research.
Yeah.
And I would love to keep doing them, but it's like one of those things where it's like, well, if it's not gonna get the views, then it's like, I'm not gonna do it. Okay. So that's the sad thing about it. So I would love to do Doctor Who reviews. We might just do it for the first episode.
Yeah.
We'll see where it goes. But for the second episode, sadly, no.
Also, as a note, they don't happen to release this season air date, so.
No, they have.
Have they?
It's, like I said, it's August or September.
I didn't think they'd even announce it yet.
No, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they just said like a loose fall.
I think they said fall.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, we have a super chat from the Terror of Death. They have announced that they are doing a Highlander reboot. I don't care. I'm going to take it from them.
That's true, but that's kind of another thing like Milestone. It's been rebooting for a while.
Yeah.
Hopefully they do it, and hopefully it's great.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, there's lots of stuff that is in developmental hell, like Highlander. I mean, they've been trying to make a Highlander movie for like 10 years now.
Yeah.
It's a long time. So just because somebody else has announced it doesn't mean that it is...
doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to happen. All
just
right.
to be shady.
Wellington Smithopolis said, Krypton is great, and your videos about it are my favorite. So yeah, yes. I mean, again, like I said, I loved them. I had a crazy idea, and I'm gonna put it out there in the Nexus. I've thought about doing a video to celebrate Action Comics 1000 that takes you through all 1000 covers.
Holy shit!
It would be a very production-intensive video.
It'd be a very long video.
So if you guys want to see something like that, let me know in the comments right now, because if I see a lot of enthusiasm, I might be like, all right, yeah, I can do this. Here we go. Okay, let's go back to these Patreon questions right here.
Cool.
I think I've moved it too far up. Hold on a second. I skipped past some of the questions. Michael Hampton said, what is your honest opinion of the DC Metal storyline, and where would you rank it? I don't know where I guess in all DC storylines.
I don't know. Can you rank something that's unfinished?
No, it finished.
Oh, did it?
It finished like 2 weeks ago.
I'm not reading it.
Ashley didn't read it. It is okay. I thought it was all right. I think it definitely swung for the fences. Kind of talked about this on Elseworlds with Comic Pop and stuff like that. It's a fun storyline. I think it sets up a lot of cool stuff. Where would I rank it? It's too close. It just ended. You always have to have some time off your comic book events and like to see the thing like that. So, yeah, I don't know. It's fine. You know what? I am going to buy the hardcover. I'll tell you that. And I don't own the hardcover for every DC event ever. I do not own the hardcover to Flashpoint. That should tell you something. Okay,
Real quick, in the chat, the 8-Bit Geek said if we could give Duke Thomas a code name, what would it be? We actually talked about that. We did a geek history lesson on Duke Thomas about a month ago.
We did. You can find that at patreon.com/Jawiin.
Right, if you go there and...
patreon.com/Jawiin.
And you listen to our Geek History Lesson Extra podcast, we do like an entire half hour pitching new code names for Duke. So
I apologize.
did it already.
For that stupid voice. I apologize, everybody. By the way, Ashley.
Yeah.
Say blackout.
No.
Say blackout.
Whiteout.
What happened? Yeah, I don't know. All right, let's go. Let's knock off these last Patreon questions, everybody.
Yeah.
Anthony Torres says, is there an event or story arc that you did not think you'd like, but ended up loving? Ashley, I'm very curious about your answer to this.
That's interesting, because I feel like with big events, it's usually the other way around.
Oh, you always expect to hate it, and then you do?
No, usually the hook of a giant event is usually a good hook, and then the event loses steam around issue 3 or whenever it stops coming out on stands regularly. Big event comics have been difficult for a long time. I'm honestly trying to think if there was any that I didn't think I would already like or want to like going in.
Well, then what was the last event that you really dug then?
I'm trying to think of what's the last event I even read. I don't read event comics because I think they're dumb.
Why don't you just get in on camera a little bit more? I think the people want to see you.
Well, because then I'm not sitting on a chair. That's why. I guess the Rebirth, the volume of Rebirth, was maybe the last event I read.
Sure.
And that was better than I thought. I thought it would be more fan servicey than it wound up being. So I thought that was pretty good.
Cool.
Is there one that comes to mind for you?
An event that I didn't think I'd like?
That you wound up really liking?
I wanted to say Metal.
You say Metal.
The Metal was okay. War of Jokes and Riddles?
You know what? Spider-Verse is probably the one that actually surprised me the most.
Yeah.
Because I thought Spider-Verse would be really stupid, and it was actually really good.
Yeah.
So,
all right, cool. All right, let's go to the wonderful Cameron McDonald from somewhere around Fredericton, New Brunswick.
Yes.
Who's amazing. Which of the 3 new Justice Leagues announced are you most excited for? For me, it is Odyssey because of how different it is. All right, so
that's a good answer.
That is a good question. In case you don't know, there is a new Justice League of America, which is basically the animated team.
Yeah.
There is a new Justice League Dark that has Wonder Woman on it. And then there's Justice League Odyssey, which has like Azrael and Darkseid and Space. And it's Josh Williamson writing Odyssey, it's James Tynion writing Dark, and it's Scott Snyder writing Main Justice League. Ashley, what one are you most excited about?
The one I'm most excited
What
about.
one will you actually read?
One will actually read. Whichever one comes out in trade first, probably. I think that the Justice League Dark lineup with Wonder Woman is a really intriguing idea. James Tynion improved on Detective Comics that maybe that's where his sweet spot is, writing these weird teams.
Yeah.
I liked his Detective Comics. I think it's the best thing that he's written to date. And I think you're the one who pointed this out to me. Wonder Woman has a lot to do with magic, so making her the leader of a magic team actually makes more sense than it might at face value, putting her on a Justice League Dark team.
For the pardon the court here, but for evidence sake and the jury's sake, I just want to say that like when Ashley first heard the idea of this Justice League Dark team, she hated it.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Why is Wonder Woman on this team?" And then I said that, and I was like, "Wonder Woman's actually magic."
Yeah. So you're like, oh, okay, it's a smart idea. I can admit when I'm wrong. And the more I've sat with that, the more I think it's great. Plus, I want a Wonder Woman-led Justice League team.
Yep.
So what one stands out the most for you?
Justice League of America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going classic?
Yeah, because it's about damn time that somebody used the animated lineup in the comic books. It's perfect, and it works really well. And I think I'm more excited. Jim Chung is an amazing artist.
Yeah, he's good.
I think he's great. I'm more excited for Jorge Jimenez. Jorge Jimenez drew one of my favorite issues of last year, Batman Lost, and it was fantastic, and it proved him he's going to be a superstar, and he deserves to be because he's amazing. So I'm more excited about him on Justice League than anything else. I don't know. I like Josh Williamson. I like his writing. Darkseid on the Justice League really knocks me.
We'll see.
Really knocks me.
I'm also going to say to the people commenting on my appearance in the chat, I didn't ask, and I don't care what you think about my appearance. Thanks, guys.
They said they liked your appearance.
Well, I think a backhanded compliment saying that I don't normally look good is not a very nice comment either, and why don't you keep those things in your brain?
All right, then. So the next super chat comes from Taylor Pector, who says, "Hey, guys, I just started reading Transmetropolitan and Sandman and enjoying them. And I also just finished Planetary and loved it.
Oh, you're a big Planetary fan.
I love Planetary. You've read Transmetropolitan.
I do. I like Transmet a lot.
I don't like Transmetropolitan.
I think it's fun.
I do like Sandman.
I haven't read Sandman.
Planetary is one of my favorite comic book series of all time.
But
I love that
those are
series.
all like those are 3 very important like modern age comic runs. So you're reading some great stuff.
Yep. The next super chat comes from Terror of Death. Last question: thoughts on the new Krypton saga? Thanks for your wonderful video. Thank you so much, Terror of Death. So there is some pluses and some negatives to the new Krypton arc storyline. One is, the plus is that there is an amazing World of New Krypton miniseries. It's 12 issues. It was written by Sterling Gates and James Robinson, I believe.
It is, yeah.
Yes.
And they brought in the new Supergirl costume, and they made Cat Grant part of Supergirl's world.
Yes, but that didn't happen in this event.
No. But they that's where they started, and then New Krypton came out of that.
Yes. So anyways, it's great. It's Superman joins the military guild underneath Zod. Superman has to chide up against the caste system of Krypton. And it's some of the stuff that you mentioned about Krypton normal. Like, we were like, well, Krypton doesn't seem very good if it has like slaves and castes and works.
Super utopian to me. No,
yes. Yeah. So like that part of it is great. It does implode by the end. It totally implodes and doesn't work. But I actually have a lot of fun. I have a lot of pleasant memories of reading that storyline. And to be honest with you, they've collected it in all these like weird batches. But if they ever did a World of New Krypton omnibus, I guarantee you I would buy it.
Yeah.
They probably never will.
Yeah.
Because I've been looking. By the way, I don't know if you guys. I'm a big fan like you guys, and I look up like collected editions and trade paperbacks that are coming down the line, stuff like that. And they basically are only doing the New 52 now for collections and trade collections and stuff like that. And so whatever. Rai Terrify said, I miss seeing you all on Collider Heroes. Ashley, aren't you? Isn't there something Collider Heroes? Isn't there recently tomorrow?
Tomorrow, not recently.
I was trying to set Ashley up. She did not take the ball.
I was waiting.
It's like me. I threw a baseball.
I was being polite, and I was waiting for you to finish your thought.
I threw a baseball at Ashley, and it went punk.
We're in my improv class right now. We're working on letting people finish their thoughts and not talking over them. Because that's rude.
I was serving the platter. And the platter just went past.
There you go. I'm not hungry right now.
Collider Heroes.
I'm going to be on Collider Heroes tomorrow.
See, there you go.
So check it out. Jason's going to be on a bunch.
Monday. I'm going to be on next Monday.
I'm going to be on the next week. No, the week after. And then I'm like going to be on like every Wednesday for the next every other Wednesday for the next 6 weeks. I have booked on.
I'm on for the next. I'm at like every other Monday, I think, for the month of April.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I hope they do them live. I don't know. Yeah. Xavier Jones said, Jason and Ashley, will you guys do FX Legion reviews of season 2 premiere night? No. Just don't have the time.
Nope. I honestly don't know if I'm going to watch it. I didn't finish season 1.
I finished season 1, but we're just not going to watch it. I like the show. It's fine. All right, let's finish off these Patreon questions. I think we have a couple more here, and I really want to finish them all. Kelsey Wuxler says, there are talks with John Boyega might join the MCU soon. Which character would you most want him to be? Ashley, do you have any thoughts on John Boyega being in Marvel? I don't. Blade? Everybody thinks Blade because I guess Blade is African American. He's African American.
I don't know why they wouldn't.
Or he's African American.
I don't know why they wouldn't just. I think he's African English technically.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just think he's gonna be in Black Panther, do you guys? Like, we don't know if Blade's coming back. Cool, he's fine. He's a good actor. I don't have any particular thoughts on who I would like him to be. There's no one who necessarily comes to mind. I think he probably had a meeting at Marvel because it's owned by, it's overseen by Disney.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I'm trying to. There's no one who jumps to mind for me.
Me neither. Me neither. I don't know.
I'm pro John Boyega joining the MCU family.
He's a good actor.
Fine.
Do it.
I mean, they can scoop up the whole new Star Wars school. Give Daisy Ridley a part and give Oscar Isaac a part too.
Well, the thing about it is that there isn't really a hero in the Marvel Universe that I can think of off the top of my head that I think he would really fit. You know, because like some actors, like with Charlie Hunnam, you're like, oh, Green Arrow.
Yeah.
Or, you know, but or like for me, I kind of have the weird thing that I think Keanu Reeves should be the Silver Surfer, which is weird, but I just think his stoic features would
Don't
fit
take that away from Doug Jones.
Sure. As voiced by Keanu Reeves, and but I don't know. I can't. You know what? They'll cast him right. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a rumor going around that apparently Matt Damon turned down a villain role recently for the Marvel Universe.
Well, that was dumb.
So, yeah, I think so too. I think if you are offered a Marvel thing, you take it.
I think so.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. The next question is from Eric Hinckley, who said, would you ever consider doing geek history lessons on pulp heroes like the Shadow, the Phantom, Doc Savage, and other heroes they've influenced? Sure, if we thought they would come up. Moss Russell said, thoughts on Spidey Threat Level Red? I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either.
Andy Johnson says, what are your plans for the future of Jupiter Jet and any other comic book stories? All right, Ashley, what are the plans? I don't know. You haven't told me yet.
Can we talk about any of them?
No.
I guess is more.
No.
We would love to do more Jupiter Jet, and we will be doing more comics.
Jupiter Jet issue 5 comes out on April 18th.
Yes.
The trade for volume 1 that collects all 5 issues of Jupiter Jet comes out on May 30th. And if you donated to the Kickstarter as well, that means that somewhere around May 30th, the first couple of weeks of June, depending on how shipping works where you live, I don't control shipping, you'll get your trade then as well. Depending on how the 5th issue and the trade sells will determine whether we get to do Jupiter Jet Volume 2.
Yeah.
So if you want to see, if you've been enjoying Jupiter Jet, and thank you guys so much for all of you that have,
so
then buy the trade. Give the trade to your family. Give your trade to your local library. All this stuff.
Donate it to a school.
Donate to a school. And if the trade sells really well, we'll guaranteed get a volume 2. We have an idea for another thing that will probably come later. That's a non-Jupiter Jet property. We can't talk about it right now.
Yeah.
So when we can talk about it, we will talk about it.
Let's circle back to that question around the middle of the year.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. We'll and we want to do these live streams more and more, so don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay. Aaron Lopez says, when Disney reboot MCU to introduce the X-Men, Deadpool, and FF, will they also do a better version of the Inhumans? Okay, so I think what...
I guess it should say when.
Yes, I think Mr. Lopez is saying that when they bring in the X-Men, Deadpool, and FF, should they also reboot the Inhumans? Yeah.
I don't need Deadpool to be anywhere near the MCU personally.
They're gonna put him in there though.
Ugh. He could just go away forever. It'd be so much better. I hope they do a better version of the Inhumans, and I hope that they recast Anson Mount, because I think he got screwed by a bad season, and I think he's the most perfect casting choice that they made.
Mm-hmm.
And why not do the Inhumans?
Look, I want to see Inhumans, but I've been saying forever that if you do an Inhumans movie, it needs to be Inhumans with Kamala Khan in as the cast. Like, she needs to be our POV character for the Inhumans movie. I'm a big fan of Jack Kirby's Inhumans and all that stuff like that, and it sucks that they got a really, really crappy version and a letdown of that world. So, yeah. All right.
Bummer.
We have a couple more Patreon questions real quick. Let's run through them. Beatmaster said, would you rather want a Saga live-action movie, TV, streaming show, or animated version? I kind of want an adult animated version.
I agree with that. Same way I feel about Invincible, actually.
Mazium Alton said, literally just sign up to the Patreon. Thank you so much. Do you know who David Blue is? Yeah, he's Eli from SGU. He'd be a perfect Godspeed. He played Eli on SGU, and he's now ripped.
We saw him outside of a train station once. I don't know if I'd call him.
We know friends who know him.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd call him ripped, but he looks good.
If we were to do 6 degrees of David Blue, we're
1 degree.
We're 1 degree away. No, I don't think he's a good Godspeed. I don't think he'd be a good version for Godspeed at all. Do I want to see him as an actor in other stuff? Yeah. Do I think he'd work on any of the CW shows? Yeah.
Also, Godspeed is like, August is kind of colored to be not a white guy.
Yeah.
So I would rather see an actor like Raul Cooley or someone get that part. Also,
Raul Cooley would be great.
I cast him in a lot of dream cast. I just think he'd be a great superhero. He was a great supervillain on Supergirl. I know he's doing great on iZombie, but I would love to see him.
Speaking of Raul Cooley, so I don't know if you know this. So John Krasinski, he's directed this new horror movie
with Emily Blunt.
Yeah, that I've heard is really good, and I kind of want to see it. But so in the press for that, he has started a fan campaign to play a Marvel hero, and I don't know if you know which one it is. Do you know which one it is?
No, but wasn't he almost Captain America?
He was runner up to be Captain America.
I'm really glad.
I'm glad he's not Captain America either. He wants to play Reed Richards.
I thought you know what?
I don't agree with that.
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't seen him act since The Office.
What's the weird? The guy who directed Skyfall. He did that weird movie with John Krasinski.
Oh, Sam Mendes.
Sam Mendes. Thank you. Remember I talking about Anywhere We Go,
Up and Away,
Anything We Go, or something like that.
That's good. That's a good movie. I can't think of what it's called. I'm so sorry.
We're gonna look it up. We're gonna look it up.
It was Maya Rudolph. I think if John Krasinski has matured as an actor, and I honestly just don't know. I think he could be good. He has a great look for Reed. If you gray him at the temples.
Well, so the reason why I got down this road is because a good friend of ours, David Papose, who's the writer of Spencer and Locke through Action Lab Comics, you guys should totally read if you haven't read it already. He proposed Raul Cooley as Mr. Fantastic, and as soon as he said that, I was like, perfect.
He'd be a great Victor too.
Perfect.
Yeah.
He would be a great Victor. All right, Sam Mendes, what did you direct? Hold on, what was that weird movie? Away we go.
Away we go. Yeah, there you
go. Okay, Taylor Peckner also did another super chat. It said, best Jeff Johns run that is not Green Lantern. For me, it is JSA. You are dead on the money, Taylor.
JSA's good, but for me, it's Teen Titans.
Oh, good choice.
His relaunch of the Teen Titans, I think, is really special.
Good choice. I think that JSA, his entire run on JSA, is one of the best DC comic books ever published. I think it's so good, and it revitalizes so many, I hate to say this, C-list characters and makes them vital and useful and amazing.
I also really like Courtney, Stargirl, and he is entirely responsible for that. So thank you.
I'm trying to bring up some pictures of Raul Cooley because everybody.
He's a beautiful, beautiful man.
There's Raul Cooley. Look at him, right there,
right next to John Krasinski.
Look at all these guys. That is the beauty of Raul Cooley. Look at this picture where he's kissing a Nolan DVD. I think if anything says Reed Richards, it's that. He's also a very nice gentleman, and he's a good actor. He's on iZombie. Yeah. So there you go.
He's real fun on Instagram.
W.S.Fletcher said, just showing support. I enjoy the comic shows and views. #DamnHawks. W.S. Fletcher, thank you so much for that super chat.
Thank you, and thank you for that.
It's very nice.
Deep
it's very nice for that.
Legends joke.
Yeah, it's very cute. I also see that Tony Wales is in the chat as well right now. He said Citizen Steel. Tony Wells sent us some awesome coasters recently. We opened them up in the last DC TV recap, and it was really awesome.
They're in our living room now.
They are. Okay.
Did we do all the Patreon questions?
We did do all the Patreon questions. Woo! So I'm gonna throw out a thing. This is a warning for the last 3 questions. We're looking for great questions, and again, super chat skips you right ahead to the beginning of the line. You will guaranteed get answered. We're looking for great questions, and while we're there, we're just going to go out to the sponsor of this episode again, which is pinbomb.com. It is this new thing that Ashley and I started. I wanted to make pins. Ashley wanted to make bath bombs. We said, let's do them about Sherlock Holmes, and there they are. And if you're watching this, there's a link down in the description of this video right now. But if you go to pinbomb.com and use the code EARLYBIRD, you get 10% off. Give it to your mom, give it to your sister, give it to anybody like Sherlock Holmes. Just throw it at them.
All vegan, all natural, all made by my hands.
Yeah, actually, you have one of them right here, don't you?
I do have one of them right here so that you can see them, what they look like in real life, besides just what they look like. You can't...
Well, that's going to outfocus the camera. There you
well, I don't know.
Yeah, the focus of the camera's like right here.
But then you can't see the pin because he's wee. But yeah, that's what you'll get wrapped up in the mail.
He's very tiny.
You can't smell it. I wish we had smell-o-vision. It smell amazing.
I actually wish we did not have smell-o-vision.
It smells good.
That's a good thing. All right, we're looking for some questions. Looking for some questions here. Also, while we're looking for questions, don't forget, patreon.com/Jawiin. Lots of podcasts over there. I debuted my new writing podcast called Myth Makers. I'm very excited about it with Mark Riley from the Schmodown.
That's right.
It's very cool, and it was one of the best things that I've ever done. All right, Bionic Buster said, what do you think is the next CW DC TV show? I don't think there is another one for a while.
Yeah, I would agree. I sort of hope not. Mm-hmm. I think they're reaching critical mass on them, unless they can do something where they brought in Black Lightning and it's very, very different from what we've seen before. But I don't necessarily need another Berlanti-driven show. We have 4 right now, and they're doing a good job.
Well, they said that was the reason why they said that was the reason why they did the switcheroo with Legends and Supergirl, because they thought they were reaching critical mass there. Jonathan Peck just said,
"Ooh, thank you.
Thank you so much. We have seen recently that some well-known comedy directors, like the Russo brothers, Adam McKay, Peyton Reed, Todd Phillips, and John Francis Daly and Jonathan Goldstein, to do comic book films. What well-known comedy directors should tackle these type of movies?" Oh man, what an interesting question.
Yeah.
You know what? There is a director out there that I would love to see tackle a comic book movie.
Who?
And he helped write. He did rewrites on Ant-Man, but he has like a 10% touch on Ant-Man, and that's Adam McKay. Mm-hmm. I think Adam McKay would do a really good job on a superhero. To be honest with you, if there's anybody to give the Booster Gold movie, it's Adam McKay. Adam McKay made Anchorman 2. He made Talladega Nights. None of those. So he's truly funny. Mm-hmm. And I think you need to give Booster Gold to somebody who is truly funny. I'm trying to think of anybody else that I think... you go back to comedies, I still want to see the Edgar Wright superhero movie.
Yeah, me too.
I
would have rather seen his Ant-Man. Just honestly.
I'm going to actually say honestly, too. I would have rather seen his Ant-Man as well. I would have rather seen his Ant-Man back in 2009.
I don't have anything against Wright. I don't have anything against Peyton Reed personally. Mm-hmm. I'm sure he's a nice fellow.
Peyton Reed did a fine job.
But I would have rather seen the Edgar Wright one, yeah.
Okay. Brian the Brawler in a super chat says, Ava is going to be a recurring character in season 4. Spoilers, dude! Woo! Spoilers, man!
Yeah.
You have no idea how many comments we get that are just spoilers, where we'll just say like, hey, Jackson's coming back. Spoilers!
Oh, you have no idea how many people will just tweet us spoilers before we even had a chance to watch the thing.
Brian, that's cool. I did not know that.
I didn't either.
How does that change your predictions for the season finale now that we know that Ava's going to live
I don't think Ava dies.
I have a crazy prediction.
No, she'll die and we'll get a new clone.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. That's what I was going to say. I think that we might not get the Ava. Like, next season might be like, we got to teach new Ava.
You'll see Sarah go and choose Ava.
Yes.
That's what you'll see.
Yeah,
That'd be cool. I could live with that.
Mike Bundy said, could we ever see a live-action Batman Beyond? This is the final question of the live stream. Yes. Yes, we totally could see a live-action Batman Beyond. Well, T-Nats, I'll get to your question in a second here. It's something that before they made Batman Begins, it's something that I said that they always should have done one back then. And Keanu Reeves would have been perfect for Terry McGinnis.
Would you be okay if they cast like an Asian person
as Terry?
Yeah, because it is set more in this sort of like Neo-Tokyo kind of setting. Like, you'd be fine with that?
Yeah, who cares?
You don't need him to be a Bruce Wayne clone?
No. I mean, Bruce Wayne doesn't need to be white either.
That's true.
I
don't think you're ever going to get a not white Bruce Wayne.
It doesn't matter.
Sorry.
I don't care. I care that the story and the movie is good. Mm-hmm. I don't care what the race is. It makes no difference to me. Mm. It'd be the same as, like, Peter Parker. Like, make Peter Parker black. I don't care.
Yeah.
Is the Spider-Man movie great? Cool. Mm-hmm. That's all that matters.
Well, you just brought up Keanu Reeves, and he's mixed. So
the only one that I think has to stay his race is Captain America, because without Captain America being white and blonde, you can't do the Aryan comparison.
Yeah, there is a really great, and there is a canon African American Captain America as well.
Yeah. I think he's the only one for me that you can't change.
That's fair.
But it's a story reason.
Yeah.
Why the rest of them are just like I don't care.
Yeah.
Is the show good? Is the movie great? That's all I care about. All right, TNS93 said, all right, this is the final super chat, everyone. We appreciate your support. This is the final one. You think the DC CW shows would be better with 16 episodes? Yes.
Black Lightning, I think, and Legends have proved that a truncated season means that there's just less wasted space.
Yep. I would say too as well, Legends is 18 episodes this season, and I kind of feel there are a couple episodes that we could have cut out.
I agree.
Yeah. So like to me it shows that 16 to 13 are the sweet spot.
Yeah.
Sweet spot. Can you imagine how fantastic Arrow and Flash would be if it was only if there was no screwing around?
Arrow this season would have been flawless. This season's been good.
Yes.
But there have been some real stinkers, and if you have to cut away that chaff because you can only service 13 episodes, they would have all been gold.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think it would have been really, really good.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for geeking out with us. This was a fun time. I think you guys were a great crowd, and I think you're all beautiful people. I don't care, how you look in real life or off webcam or on webcam. I think you're all beautiful people. And thank you so much for showing around. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your awesome questions. We're figuring things out here. Mm-hmm. And I don't know where this can live permanently, but I do want us to have a permanent Q&A. Let's just talk. Mm-hmm. Let's just chat. Let's just come in for a get in here. Get in here for a cut. Come here. Come on. There we go.
Hold them to your
There's
body.
a pat. There's a pat right there.
She's
right there.
patting people upside the head.
They're smacking you upside the ear.
Oh, it's so loud. I can't hear.
Take that. Take that, you.
You're like a 1920s parent.
Go buy some more action figures. So thank you guys for watching. We appreciate the support. There is a Black Lightning review tonight. So be on the lookout on the channel and everything like that. And guys, again, if you have a wife, a man, a daughter, a dog, a grandma
put your dog in it.
who likes Sherlock or likes bads, then please go on over to pinbomb.com and check that out. There's a link in the description. We put a lot of work into it, and we'd love to see your support over there because we want to do a whole line of these. We're going to do all the Sherlock characters this year.
Yeah, we got plans for a year, guys.
Yeah. So head on over there and support that. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being around. Stick around for the Black Lightning review later tonight. I am Jason Inman.
I'm Ashley Victoria Robinson.
Bye-bye, super friends.
Bye.